So a few days back, I went to a coffee shop. Now, I was going to meet my friend Clyde there. We meet there often, but he had a doctor's appointment that day, so he told me he's going to go a little bit earlier. So anyway, I get there, and it was good timing, because Clyde was just leaving, and there were a couple police officers that just happened to be passing in his car. And you know what I did? Remember how I told you before that Clyde's real ornery? Well, so as those cops were passing their car, I said, "Oh, officers!" And they looked right over, and at this point they're in front of Clyde, and I said, "You got the guy right there. Book him, Dano." I've always wanted to use that line, and I said, I did. I said, "Book him, Dano," and oh, they got such a hoot out of that, and Clyde's just shaking his head and pulling off, and but anyway, I go into the coffee shop, and there's another officer walking out. He had just got his coffee. Well, as he's passing me, I was on a real roll. And I said, "Officer, I think you forgot something." And he looks down at his coffee and he doesn't know what I'm going to say. And I said, "I think you forgot your donut." And he just got the biggest laugh out of that. And I knew I was on it. I bet that's the first time he had heard it that day. And so anyway, there's a woman that was right in front of him. When I saw her, this guy was staring daggers at me. And she turns right to me and she says, "I think what you said right there, I don't think that was funny at all." And before I could even get a word out, she started saying how I was disrespectful and all this stuff. And I said, ma'am, I love our officers. I would never be disrespectful to them. She said, "It doesn't have one iota to do with him being an officer." She said, "You don't know his truth and you don't know his restrictions." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she went on this whole diatribe about how he has his truth, she has her truth, I have my truth, all the people in the coffee shop have their own truth, there's no universal truth. I honestly didn't know what she was saying. And then I could tell she was real mad because sometimes people get this vein that'll pop out of their head when they're real mad, and her forehead vein was popping. And I hated to ask the question, but I needed to know so I could understand. And I said, "Well, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I don't know his restrictions." She's like, and she got real huffy, and she said, "He could be gluten intolerant." And I hated to say it, but I said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't know what gluten is." And oh man, I could tell she was real mad then because the piercing on her eyebrow started twitching and the little loop-de-loop she had on her lip, it started quivering, and that tattoo on her neck, it was a-dancing. And so she went out of that store in a real huff. Now, I'll be honest with you, I was taken a little aback. But over the past couple of days, I've been thinking about what she said about truth. And I'm trying to stay real keen on all these youngsters. And so I thought about what that gal said. And I woke up just yesterday morning and I thought, I'm going to have a new truth. And my truth, and I kid you not, I'm starting to believe it, my new truth is that I'm a millionaire. Now, as of yesterday morning, I haven't got one single penny extra in my bank account. My cars are still the same. My house is the same. But I think my truth might reveal itself, and when it does, I'm going to tell you, you're all invited because I'm going to have one heck of a shindig. Now, through all that soul search and everything else, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it matters how much money I got. I got no idea what gluten is.